What's up, everyone? And today we are going to talk about Longyearbyen, a town over in Norway where it's illegal to die, because bodies don't decompose there. Guys, you've probably already heard about some absurd law in some country or city around the world, right? In the small town of Longyearbyen, over in Norway, it's no different. Why? Because dying has been banned in the town since the 1950s. However, this isn't just an eccentric rule. Since burying bodies there could jeopardize the future of humanity. That's because the permafrost prevents the dead from decomposing, which means that potentially immortal viruses trapped in the bodies could survive for decades or centuries. To give you an idea, the only cemetery in the town holds the remains of several victims of the Spanish flu, which killed between 50 and 100 million people worldwide in 1918. Average temperatures in February are around -17, although the lowest temperature ever recorded at that time of year was -46.3 degrees Celsius. It was after discovering that human bodies weren't decomposing, back in the 50s, that Longyearbyen decided to forbid its residents from dying in town, because it poses a serious risk, not just to the locals, but as I said, to humanity, since 11 people died and were buried in the town during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. The true global mortality rate of the pandemic is unknown, but about 10 to 20% of infected people died. In August 1998, 80 years after the Spanish flu pandemic ravaged the world, Dr. Kirsty Duncan, from the University of Windsor, led a team of scientists to the region. They examined tissue samples from a person who died in the town, and discovered that their body had preserved the flu virus since their death. As for the law, Jan Christian Meyer, from the Norwegian University of Science and Technology in Trondheim, explained last year that the ban on dying in Longyearbyen is due to the fact that the ground is permanently frozen. Besides preventing buried remains from decomposing and pushing them to the surface, it can also preserve the disease that killed the individual. If a person is close to death, every necessary effort will be made to send them to the mainland. And if a person dies unexpectedly, they will certainly not be buried in the town. A person can even request that their ashes be buried there, but that requires state approval. Ironically, dying isn't hard to do in Longyearbyen. In February last year, 4 adults and 2 children were inside a house when an avalanche hit them. Fortunately, they escaped. But 2 years earlier, 2 people died in an avalanche in the same area. Anyway, what about you guys? Do you know of any other places where dying is also banned? Leave your thoughts in the comments.